FL Real Estate Missed Questions Flashcards, 29 questions with explained answers. Flashcard 1. Term. Bill's license expired on September 30, 2013. On February 14, 2014, he wants to renew it. If it is not his first renewal, what must Bill do? A. Start over with a pre-license course. B. Pay a late fee and complete 2 14-hour continuing education classes. C. Pay a late fee and complete 14 hours of continuing education. D. Pay a late fee and complete 45 hours of post-license education. Definition. C. Pay a late fee and complete 14 hours of continuing education. Licensee can remain in involuntary inactive for up to 2 years. Flashcard 2. Term. The department has the ability to waive the initial licensing fee, the initial application fee, and the initial unlicensed activity fee for military veterans and their spouses at the time of discharge who apply for the military veteran/spouse fee waiver request, and must be submitted within 60 months after being honorably discharged. Definition. Military licensees can keep their license in good standing without renewing or paying dues or fees for a period of 2 years after discharge from active duty as long as they do not engage in real estate activities during this time. Flashcard 3. Term. If a mortgaged property is sold subject to the mortgage, the new owner acquires ownership without assuming personal responsibility for the balance of the promissory note. The existing mortgage continues to use the property as security for the debt. When a property is sold subject to the mortgage, only the original borrower remains liable for the balance of the promissory note. The buyer acknowledges the existence of the mortgage. If the buyer should default on the mortgage, the lender would foreclose and the property would be sold to satisfy the balance due on the note. Definition. 10. What are the 2 ratios under which a borrower must qualify in order to receive a FHA-insured mortgage loan? A. Housing expense and monthly gross income ratios. B. Housing expense and total monthly obligations ratios. C. Gross income and total obligations ratios. D. Housing expense net ratio and total monthly obligations net ratio. Flashcard 4. Term. D. Acceptance of an offer on a property. Definition. A valid real estate sales contract requires all of the following except A. An offer and acceptance. B. A substantial earnest money deposit. C. A written form. D. A signature of all parties. Flashcard 5. Term. A. Holding something for someone else in trust. Definition. Which statement is correct regarding a corporation's sole? A. It can broker real estate deals. B. It allows title to go to heir of the clergy and place. C. It allows title to go to successor to the clergy and place. D. It acts like a corporation for profit. Flashcard 6. Term. C. It allows title to go to successor to the clergy and place. Definition. Without specific authorization, it is a violation for a sales associates accept which of the following as a deposit? A. A post-dated check. B. Cash. C. Specie, coin. D. Valuable consideration. Flashcard 7. Term. What is a group license? Definition. A group license is a single real estate license that can be obtained if the sales associate or broker associate works for one owner-developer with affiliated organizations. Flashcard 8. Term. A. Galos Fred. Definition. A listing contract may be terminated in all of the following ways, except A. Cancellation of the contract. B. Fulfillment of the contract. C. Mutual abandonment of the contract. D. Acceptance of an offer on the property. Flashcard 9. Term. An owner of land offers to open a listing to 3 Florida brokers. The brokers decide to cooperate on the sale and hold an auction as a means of selling. They retain a tobacco auctioneer from NC and pay $1,000 plus expenses to auction off the property. The auction is held, but the owner rejects all offers. Which statement best applies? A. The auctioneer has violated real estate license law. B. The brokers may have their licenses suspended. C. The owner is compelled to sell. D. Both A and B are correct. Definition. D. Both A and B are correct. Appraising, buying, auctioning, renting, selling, advertising, leasing, exchanging. Flashcard 10. Term. B. Illegal under FS 475 can be fined up to $1,000 and 1 year imprisonment. Definition. A sales associate wants to use a trade or fictitious name. Which statement applies? A. The name must be registered with the county clerk. B. The name must be registered with FREC. C. This would violate FS 475. D. The name must be registered with the Secretary of State. Flashcard 11. Term. D. A violation of the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Definition. What is the main purpose of Regulation Z? A. Requires lenders to disclose the true cost of credit to consumers. B. Require lenders to disclose closing costs to buyer. C. Require brokers to disclose closing costs to buyers. Flashcard 12. Term. B. A substantial earnest money deposit. Definition. Real estate brokerage commissions are based on which of the following? A. MLS rule. B. Custom. C. The seller's equity. D. The actual sales price. Flashcard 13. Term. A. Season. Definition. What is the premises clause? Flashcard 14. Term. How many employers may a sales associate or broker associate have at a time? Definition. One registered employer at a time. Flashcard 15. Term. His license is null and void. Definition. In which instance must the agency disclosure forms developed by the state be used? A. Commercial leasing. B. Residential leasing. C. Residential sales. D. Residential auctions. Flashcard 16. Term. B. Witnessed. Definition. If a property owner is foreclosed upon, and the foreclosure results in a sale price greater than the amount of the outstanding liens, the excess will likely be paid to which of the following? A. The court. B. The mortgagee. C. The mortgager. D. The Florida Real Estate Recovery Fund. Flashcard 17. Term. To qualify for an FHA loan, a borrower must not exceed a housing expense ratio of 31% and a total obligations ratio of 43%. Reference, Chapter 12, Lender Risk, Income Ratios, FHA. Definition. What is the total obligation ratio? Flashcard 18. Term. It is typical to do a 50/50 split of deposit. Definition. Boarding house and rents rooms to tenants. Which statement is correct? A. She may advertise to attract tenants of a particular race or religion. B. She may refuse to. Flashcard 19. Term. Title insurance is designed to protect against which of the following? A. All defects in title. B. Missing documents. C. Forged documents. D. Known defects. Definition. C. Forged documents. Title defects can be failure to comply with local real estate document laws, discovery of claims or liens against the property that weren't acknowledged. Flashcard 20. Term. Where are the rules of the Florida Real Estate Commission found? A. FS 455B, FS 475C, FAC 61J2D, FAC 62Q1, Chapter 3, DBPR. Definition. C. F.A.C 61J2. Flashcard 21. Term. D. At least one officer must be an active broker. Definition. When moving from one branch office to another, what must a broker do? A. Send in the old branch office registration with a request for transfer. B. Apply for and obtain a new registration for the new branch and pay the proper fee. C. Change the address on his branch office registration certificate. D. Be at least 5 miles from the main office. Flashcard 22. Term. B. A violation of RESPA. Definition. Which clause in a deed states that the grantor was in possession and has the right to sell the property? A. Season. B. Granting. C. Premises. D. Habendum. Flashcard 23. Term. If all lien holders have been paid from the proceeds of the foreclosure sale, any surplus funds remaining are paid to the mortgager, borrower. Reference, Chapter 12, Default, Foreclosure Process. Definition. What is the approximate effective rate of interest, APR, if a mortgage loan is based on an interest rate of 5% per annum, and the lender charges 8 discount points? A. 4%, B. 5.13%, C. 6%, D. 13%. Flashcard 24. Term. B. A stockholder. A sales associate or broker associate may not be an officer or director in a real estate brokerage association. Anyone can be a stockholder. Definition. Which of the following statements is correct regarding a licensed broker associate who is with a real estate brokerage partnership? A. The broker associate may be a member of the partnership. B. The broker associate may make earnest money deposits with the broker's permission. C. The broker associate must hold an active broker's license. D. The broker associate may not provide real estate brokerage services to others. Flashcard 25. Term. A. Send an old branch office registration with a request for transfer. Definition. All of the following are required to be displayed at a broker's office, except A. Copies of each sales associate's license. B. A fair housing poster. C. The proper sign on or about the entranced. The license status of any brokers listed on the office sign. Flashcard 26. Term. No, listings are not assignable. Definition. A broker sold an $85,000 house, charging the seller a 6% commission. Due to circumstances, the buyer defaulted and forfeited his deposit. Based on custom, how much should broker receive? A. $2,550. B. $3,400. C. $4,250. D. $5,100. Flashcard 27. Term. Housing expense ratio equals monthly PITI divided by monthly gross income. $825 divided by $4,100 equals 0.201 or 20% housing expense ratio. Definition. 2. What is the function of a mortgage? A. It conveys title to real property. B. It secures the repayment of the debt. C. It creates a personal pledge to repay a loan. D. It creates a lien on the mortgagee's property. Flashcard 28. Term. All of the following are exempt from FS 475, except A. Trustee for an estate. B. Personal representatives for an estate. C. Mortgage brokers engaged in financing. D. Business brokers. Definition. D. Business brokers. Flashcard 29. Term. Both the buyer and the seller. Definition. If a broker closes down his brokerage, can he give his listings away?